Shogun is very interesting to me because while it's presenting this strong veneer of historical recreation, even the unpleasant parts, it actually apparently has a number of significant inaccuracies, especially in the unpleasant parts. It has what I call Game of Thrones syndrome, where the creators want to insist on how historically accurate they're being, but any historian can easily say, well, yes, in some ways, yes, but also they're making a bunch of exaggerations or misrepresentations, either out of ignorance, not enough research time, or deliberate effect. And they're often knowingly doing so. Shogun the show, following the lead of Shogun the book it's based on, is reaffirming myths about Japan that historians know are frankly not really that true. Stuff like samurai casually killing peasants just because they have to test their sword, or committing ritual suicide, seppuku, just because they slightly annoyed someone in the meeting in a big way. Because honor. No one is denying that there isn't myth or folklore or alleged tradition about this. Certainly we have many recordings of things like seppuku, for example. That's not a question at all. But there's a big difference between alleged recorded tradition and actual policy that's observed from the top down without question from anybody except a Westerner. And while I guess that doesn't really matter that much, I guess it just kind of reminds me of weeaboos. A weeaboo is someone who watches a lot of anime and thinks, oh, no, Japan is a charmed place. If I went there, everything would be magical and fabled, and I would be able to get everything I want. And anyone even slightly familiar with Japan in real life would say, yeah, that's not going to happen, bro. Although, I guess, it's nice that you like a thing. And this just kind of seems like the flip side of that. Japan, it's so much more violent, so much more dark, and the samurai are so much more brutal than our medieval knights. And that's not true at all. Knights and samurai both seem like they're about the same level of a-hole. They're powerful guys who have the power of violence, and this incentivized cultural code around them, emphasizing restraint and gentlemanliness that in practice wasn't always observed. But the samurai weren't that much worse than Western peoples. That does a disservice both to Western and Japanese people. One set of humans isn't better at being virtuous or better at being evil than another. We're all just victims of our circumstances, our cultures, our societies, and our societies just grow out of the circumstances they emerge from in their earliest days. It doesn't mean anything that one society develops Christianity, for example, and one society doesn't. That's just how it worked out. So, I'm interested to watch the series. I'm going to watch the first episode at least, and with all that baggage I've just described, maybe I won't like it, but I find it interesting enough reading about it that I want to try it out, and maybe I will like it.